been a member of the department for 44 years, retiring as a deputy chief now. We obviously could not just let him walk out the door. Unfortunately, we can't hold a traditional party right now. Hopefully later, soon, hopefully things go back to normal, but we had to do something right now for him for his 44 years of service. So a little different, a little unorthodox, but we appreciate you all the same. I see everybody spread out pretty well. Your masks are spread out. That's why we have to get this place out. With that, I will turn it over to Father Murphy quickly for a introduction prayer.
Terry said you only had a half an hour. Good evening, everyone. It's an honor for me to be here. I thank Terry for asking, and I'm very happy to offer this prayer. Dear Lord, it's with a sense of gratitude that we offer this prayer of thanksgiving for the many years of service given by Terry Chamberlain as a member of the Great Barrington Fire Department. His good work ethic served him well in his devotion to the safety of the citizens of this corner of Berkshire County. His attention to detail ensured those on mission that they would be safe as possible as they worked to search, rescue, and give hope to those in desperate need. We thank him for his dedicated service, for his untiring enthusiasm, and genuine camaraderie shared with all the members of the fire department. We ask you, dear Lord, to bless Terry and all firefighters and first responders who give so much, often putting themselves in great danger for the welfare of others. We ask you to bless these brave men and women for their dedication and for their concern for all of us. We are blessed in their good and necessary service. In closing, I came across this quote from St. Teresa of Calcutta that I believe describes Terry's character. Faith in action is love, and love in action is service. Amen. Thank you.
Okay, so one of the things I always enjoy about these occasions is I love roasting people. I roasted Harry, I roasted McCormick, and I was planning on roasting Terry. Unfortunately, I couldn't come up with a single thing over the years where Terry made an absolute fool out of himself that I can share with you guys. So everybody else later has something that they want to share, have at it. But I literally could not come up with a single thing. So I promise you I won't turn this into a tearjerker because of it, but it might be lacking a little bit of humor. If I were to come up with one adjective to describe Terry, it would be reliable. The most reliable responder to calls, nighttime, anytime he was available for my entire time up at the department. Also, if Terry said he was going to do something, it was done. You never needed to check in on him, whether it was getting ready for a fundraiser or a department event or 911 signs or getting the trucks inspected or whatever it was that Terry said he was going to do. In fact, most of the time he was reminding me of everything that I forget, which is all the time. Terry's very much a behind-the-scene kind of guy. He always look for the limelight, the media, or anything like that. And I think slowly over time we're going to see a lot of the things that Terry did that, again, behind the scenes, keep this place operating, whether on a fire department side of things or an association side of things, that he's done behind the scenes, no fanfare for years and years and years. And we all just kind of think they get done like magic. The good part is that Terry still remembers things, so I'm sure I'll be getting phone calls of, hey, did you remember this? This is coming up, and I'll be like, no, I thought those things just took care of themselves. So that's the good part. I'm sure he'll still be reminding me of a lot of things. But one of the things that I really respect about Terry is he's here for 44 years, and obviously has seen a lot of change But Terry was one of those people who never resisted change. He was always for progress, and so long as there was a purpose for it. And I respect that. It's very, for a job like this that you're as passionate about as it is, it's easy to have a certain way that we like it, want to keep it, and sometimes going along with change for 44 years as times change is difficult. But Terry was never a aggressive, stick in the mud with that kind of stuff, so I very much respect that. And I hope in 44 years or whatever, I can say the same, that I was equally as open as you've been. One of the big things that Terry really helped me out with here is when I became chief, one of the big things I wanted to work on was a new accountability system, a new way for tracking resources on a scene, which is integral to us operating both safely and efficiently. We all know that, Terry can tell you way better than me, we don't have the manpower we used to, so we have to make sure that we maximize every single firefighter that we have on the scene. And Terry jumped into that role quickly and took the bull by the horns, whatever I'm trying to say, and ran not the most glamorous job, but it's one of the most important ones at every kind of scene, bigger or small, again, to make sure that it runs smoothly and that all of us are kept safe. And so I very much appreciate that, Terry. I think that's been a huge benefit to the department over the last good number of years, and I hope that we're able to pick up where you left off with that and not neglect or forget about it since you sort of naturally generally fell into that role. I also hope that you're comfortable passing the department off to the next generation, so to speak, or several generations. I would think that probably retiring, that's one of the tougher things that you put so much into, care so much about. Obviously, you want to see it continue to flourish the way it has for 150 years, which even you weren't around for all of that. I think we do have a lot of good firefighters here. Hopefully, we do continue to provide a great service to the community, and I certainly hope that we have a bunch of firefighters that show the dedication that Terry did over 44 years and get out of bed, show up even when it's inconvenient, and all of that kind of stuff. So I certainly benefited from it. I told Terry a couple months ago that I was taking advantage of his last couple of months here by bagging a number of nighttime calls because I'm not necessarily going to have as much of that luxury. So, with that, Terry, it's late coming up. I have a trumpet to present you. We actually got the right color. Harry and McCormick got promoted when they got retired. When they retired, we got silver trumpets, so we actually got the right one for you. It says Terry Chamberlain, Deputy Chief, in appreciation for his 44 years of dedication from 1876 to 2020 to the Barrington Fire Department, presented by the officers and members of the Great Barrington Fire Department. Thank you very much to Robin and the rest of the family. Behind every dedicated firefighter is always a very dedicated spouse and family. So I know all of you guys made lots of sacrifices over the years. Probably sometimes we're happy to kick him out of the house, but certainly many times made many sacrifices for the department and the community. So thank you very much for that. One other thing that Terry almost always did with regards to paying attention to obituaries, organizing details for wakes of retired firefighters, walkthroughs, and took the lead on organizing those parties and all of that stuff over here. So with his retirement, we kind of had an issue there because Terry couldn't take care of planning his own retirement. So I'll just say big thanks to Jim, who is the one that jumped on board and got creative in the middle of COVID so we can put something together right now, and also Joe Boza and Brian Beebe that chipped in. So thank you very much. And Red also, who's here somewhere, who's the owner of this gorgeous old fire truck, who loaned it to us for a couple of days, and we'll give it Terry a ride. Right now, he's going to turn over the
Terry, thank you so much for your service. I'll start with that. And then we'll come back. Robin, Terry's family, thank you guys so much because you put up with him doing this for 44 years. It's not easy, especially when he knows everything. He's had every function this department ever does. So, without you guys, you wouldn't have been able to do this. And hopefully now that he's going to be retired all the time, we can look at each other. Terry, thank you for all your dedicated years, especially for the association, all your years as treasurers, against all that organizing functions. That was so rough here. I really hope that maybe you can stay a little active in the association and help us out some. You're good at that stuff. So, plus I figure at some point you're going to get bored.
He told me he was going to run one more car show, and since it was canceled this year, he's still on for next year.
Good.
He didn't say which year the run was.
So, thank you again for some of this, not Charlie said, but this is what we need. Getting out of bed every night, making every call you can. That is huge. And I know I so appreciate that dedication. It tells people to, that's what we're here for. When the calls are off, it's to run the calls and go fix whatever the problem is. We're always there to help with that. Also, on these calls, I'm sure there's calls that we don't know about that we look back and we've always gone a little above and beyond. Maybe you made a call back to a call you went through, or stopped and saw somebody after a bad call and talked to somebody about it. That's huge. That makes people so happy. When you reach out afterwards to say, hey, how you doing? You were there the other day, everything okay? Can we help you? That's all really great stuff. You have been around this station since I was a little kid. I started coming around here probably when I was 5 years old. I think the first time I sat in the fire truck. That was a pretty cool moment. Because I think right then and there, it was what I wanted to do. So, I got around for a while. I started riding my bike to the firehouse probably when I was 12, hanging out with all these guys. Once I got a little older, I still had a bike. And if we'd get a fire call, I would ride that bike to the fire station as fast as I could. And people like Terry, they'd be going down Main Street stopping traffic, and I'd go right by them on my bike. Hi guys, and I'd beat them to the station.
Many a time you can pass me on the road.
Another one I gotta thank you for, Terry, is years ago coming out of the other station. Traffic has never been fun in Barrington. It's always been a challenge to try to get to the station. Terry is pretty good at weaving and bobbing some cars. So I learned if I waited for him and tucked in behind Terry, I'd figure out how to get to the station. And we always knew if we looked up and you saw the light turn at Castle and Bridge Street, you could go all the way to the left lane and go around everybody and cut in. Learned that watching him. So, hopefully, again, thank you, Terry. Hopefully, the deputy coming up behind you can fill some of your shoes. Hopefully, he's going to fill them all, but hopefully, as a team, he can fill his part, and we'll survive without you. It's going to be hard, but I think we'll make it. So, congratulations again. Hopefully you'll get some more time to go golfing. I know this year hasn't been a good year for it. Maybe you'll get to go away on a vacation. And can we wait a little while before we do one more move to your house? I'm going to right now. And then I just want to bring in Charlie. Thank you for all the help that I had organizing this thing. Joe, Ryan, Miss Logan, Charlie, Brett for the gorgeous truck. And unfortunately, not many of you all got the truck. We cleaned it up. Guys like, take it for a ride if you want. So we took it for a ride. Kind of cool to drive a little fire truck. And it was done. So, fooled around, we came back, let's take it out again. Truck wouldn't start. Truck broke on our watch. That was Wednesday night. Last night we were here till 9 o'clock, ripping the starter out, and pulling the starter out, fixing the starter, getting the starter back in to get this running. Luckily we got it running for tonight. So hopefully you'll enjoy your ride today.
Just a couple things to add to that. But we took him for a ride, a couple of rides, and ride back, parked in the station, truck ran great, everything was good. Had a medical call over in Triplex Theater. DJ was working. He took car 8 like he's supposed to, and we're here like, he must be back up. What better truck to take than a 70-year-old ladder truck to a medical call? We thought it was going to be awesome. I'll pile in the truck, and all you get is a click. Like, yeah, last night we were working on it, trying to get it back running, figure out if the starter, make phone call, yeah, we didn't rebuild the starter for 3 days, so we're like, we got to be better than the professionals, and we built ourselves a starter in a night. So we're hoping it starts in a few minutes, but we may show up here in 3 With that said, I'd like to turn it over to Steve Banich, and we're going to award us the select board for a presentation.
I won't speak long. I came here to hear me very personal point of view. I've always admired and followed you do this now. It's not just a matter of you listed everything you do. You miss your parade and they'd be done. We really appreciate it. I appreciate everything you do for this town. It is just so wonderful. And for the fire department, the town, some of us appreciate people like you to stick to it. And have been here as long as you have. And it's not just being here, it's actively working. You work like everything else you do, you work hard on it. Because if you didn't, it wouldn't be you. So we really do appreciate it as a town. I'm afraid to give you a dying breed, but I hope not. Because whenever I saw something in the fire department or anything else, you were there, you were running it, you were organizing it, and it was done top notch. We so appreciate that as a town. Thank you doesn't need to be enough, but it is thank you. It's presented to Terry Chamberlain in grateful appreciation of your 44 years of service, 1976 to 2020. Terry, thank you very much.
I'd also like to thank Barrington and the neighborhoods also being here from the town tonight. Obviously, again, we have to keep the gathering very small and keep the restraints. But thank you guys for coming out and recognizing Terry too. And with that, I will turn it over to Terry.
Good evening. This is a very bittersweet day for me, pulling the plug in 44 plus years of my life. I'd like to start off by thanking Captain Jim Reed and his committee, who was the spark behind this evening's send-off, with the help of Chief Berger and Brother. Thank you to Red Searing of Stockbridge providing the old aerial for for my final ride. This truck was in service when I joined the fire department. I'm sure one of my first rides as a member was on this beauty. And now my last ride, to be honest. Thank you to some of this is going to be repetition. Thank you to the crew that spent Thursday evening preparing the truck for tonight's ride after it broke down on that Wednesday evening while they were out running it around. Now for some other thank yous. First and foremost, my wonderful wife Robin, and my 4 adult children, Chris, Jess, Caitlin, and Matthew, and their significant others, my soon-to-be son-in-law Neil, and daughter-in-law Molly, who could not make it here today, Kayla, Abigail somewhere, Matthew's significant other currently, and dealing with the many interrupted events and dinners while I answered the call. I was asked the other day how long I had been married. June 28th, we just celebrated our 40th anniversary. So yes, she did know what she was getting into. As many of you know, I came from a large family and one of 8 children. Robin knew she was getting involved in a large family, but I don't think she realized it was a huge family, the GBFD as well. Thank you to Chiefs Kavanaugh, Fitzpatrick, Ordina, Jennings, and Berger for your guidance and great leadership. Thank you to all the many officers and fellow firefighters I've worked with over the years. Thank you to all the select boards and town managers for your support. A great big thank you to the townspeople and the taxpayers for your support in providing us with the best equipment. To my men, current and future, keep doing what you do. Keep practicing hard. Just remember one thing. When it's game time, you play how you practice. Thank you and good luck.
Thank you, Terry, very, very much for your support of me over the last 8 years now. Without it, I probably wouldn't very much appreciate.
All right, one other thing I forgot. The captain on this department has been on for quite a few years. I didn't realize he started hanging around here. Jimmy, not be enough good said about him. Jimmy, as you mentioned, did ask me many a time on these quite. It was always like this. When he was going by, it was always up. He always made sure to wait. Jim is one of those guys that will do anything and everything they ask him to do, not fire related. As he made mention, hopefully we're done redoing rooms in my house. Anytime I needed some little plumbing energies, little heat work, Jim would come over and do it. But to Jim, how much I owe you, he'd give me that dirty look, wave it off. One day, about 3 months ago, Jim made a comment. Wow, that visor that you have, one awesome one. Well, Jim, here's one awesome visor. I take money for
One last presentation tonight is Chief Welsh was unable to make it because he's on the way to Vermont or something, so he said that Sergeant Carlotta will fill in for him. That's a joke.
I've been classed up all years for him, I'll do it again.
No, honestly, that concludes it tonight, guys. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming out. Certainly, Terry's earned it for 44 years. Again, hopefully we'll have a real party for him down the road. But for right now, we're going to do what all firefighters enjoy doing and go for a ride. We made sure that we got an old fire truck because we want to make sure there's one thing here older than